Oh, it's that time again. What is up, you guys? I hope you've all been well. As you know, I don't really live on YouTube too much anymore. I'm mostly on social media doing short form content, so if you'd like, you can go follow me over there. But whenever I end up getting something cool in the mail, I always make sure to film a video for you guys. And this release is no exception. I am gonna need a drum roll, please. Okay, and we're back. Today we'll be taking a look at the new John Lennon EP release for Record Store Day. Power to the People live at the 1-to-1 concert. Thank you to Simon, Sean, everyone at the estate for sending this over. Let's just get into the basics. This was his first and only full-length solo concert after leaving the Beatles. And this contains 3 unreleased tracks from the concerts. Well, Well, Well from the evening show, Cold Turkey and Don't Worry Kyoko from the afternoon show, and as a bonus, a previously released but newly mixed version of Instant Karma. I mean, listen, all I heard was new music from John Lennon and I'm already excited. When you're in my generation, you'll take whatever you can get. And on top of that, we have a new film to go along with the release. Y'all, I'm in heaven. 1-to-1 John and Yoko is being released in IMAX on April 11th in the US, April 9th and 10th in the UK, with additional theaters to follow, which takes a look at the time period where John and Yoko lived in Greenwich Village before heading uptown to the Dakota, as well as a look into John and Yoko's personal journey with navigating all of the politics of the time, speaking out against injustice, and trying to start their own revolution. I saw it a couple weeks ago and it truly blew me away, especially with how the music sounded in IMAX quality. I wanted to collapse, and at the time I'm recording this, I'm seeing it again in 2 days, so that just might happen. But all of that aside, let's get into taking a look at this beauty, and more of what's to come later this year. Alright, so first we've got the official Record Store Day tag. 4-track EP, and yes, it is on yellow vinyl, which makes me so excited. You guys already know I love when the albums have different colors or different designs. It just makes it so much more special for the collection. Also, one of my friends pointed out that the color scheme that they picked for this album matches what John was wearing on stage at the actual concerts. I just love the little details like that. On the back here, we have some photos featured from the actual concerts themselves. Love to see it. This is my #1 favorite John Lennon concert, by the way. His performances in general, I think this is where he sounded his absolute best. I really wish that we had more included, but I'm sure that's coming in the future. Let's take a look-see. Pure yellow vinyl. I love this color. So side A has Well, Well, Well and Instant Karma, and then side B has Cold Turkey and Don't Worry Kyoko. And these were some of my favorite tracks that I heard while I was watching the movie, so now to have this on vinyl makes it all the more special. Okay, I kind of got a little bit excited and jumped ahead to look at the album, but I forgot to show you guys that we also got some little extras. I have no idea who this is. Ta-da! First thing we see, we have a little card that says Power to the People right on the front. In it, of course, we have a little message from Sean about the release. Mixing the concert recordings was really fun, mainly because there was a lot of work to do. For whatever reason, the technical side of the 1-to-1 concerts seemed a bit haphazard and disorganized. This all made for some compromised recordings in terms of leaks and lack of coverage. That makes it more rewarding from my perspective. I hope you enjoy this 4-track Power to the People EP, especially made for Record Store Day 2025. Thank you, Sean. And then the next thing I see, I thought that this was a press release, but it's actually a bit of information and quotes about the 1-to-1 concert from John and Yoko themselves. I'll read a few for you guys. John and I did a series of rock concerts as our statement of peace and love and to spotlight various social issues effectively. Our concert material was mainly based on the album we released that spring called Sometime in New York City. That Madison Square Garden gig was the best music I enjoyed playing since the Cavern or even Hamburg. We're all musicians, and the whole point of being a musician is to play. Oh, I couldn't agree more. Very nice touch, guys. Because sometimes you feel like you know what's going on inside their heads and that you know what they're thinking at the time, but then reading stuff like this really puts it into perspective. And hearing it from one of my favorite people in the entire world, amazing! And we also have a surplus of stickers, all of which are this iridescent design, and it says, "You are John Lennon, you are dreaming." If you've been following along with John Lennon's social media, you'll notice a lot of videos that have this text pop up or something similar to it. What the team has developed for the fans is a fun little game where you're living at the Dakota and you wake up as John Lennon, and you're kind of just going about your day. There's a lot of hidden clues in the game based on John's personal and music history that you have to use to find your way around and complete the disc. So if you're up for a challenge, I recommend giving it a try. And if you've joined the Citizens of NUTOPIA forum, we have a discussion thread where we talk all about the game, try to help each other out. No spoilers, obviously. So if you would like to come escape to NUTOPIA, join us. Back to the album. I will show you guys how this looks playing on my turntable. I can't do sound, obviously, because I don't want to get copyrighted, but I have a feeling it's gonna look awesome. I truly wish that this was the full album. I just love how the estate is always coming up with ways to get us excited and keep us engaged and keep that fandom going, because that's what I'm all about. That's what I want to see happen, and that's what they want to. We're part of this history now as we continue to share and spread that excitement. And we get to learn a little bit of history along the way with the new film, which ties in perfectly. It's always when I think that I know everything that went on during a certain era, and then I'm always proven wrong, because I have learned so much more, and I still am learning so much more. But now we have the music in physical, remastered form. Now, as I mentioned before, this EP is not the end of the excitement this year. We are now in our New York City era. If you don't speak Gen Z, that means that pretty soon we're gonna be getting a lot of content involved with John's album sometime in New York City, and really just that whole era in general of his life. It was mentioned in Sean's note, and I almost spoiled it for you guys, but later this year around John and Sean's birthday, we're gonna be getting a full box set with all of the audio included from the one-to-one concerts. And yes, it will be available for streaming as well. And we will also have the full concert films being completely re-edited. So we will get to see them in all of their high quality glory. How am I going to handle that? I don't know how I'm gonna handle this. This is too much in the best way possible. So we can stay tuned for more fun surprises. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Once again, be sure to keep up with me on social media if you want to see what kind of content I'm continuing to create. And I will see you guys next time. Peace and love.